Mogadishu, in its present state, is a time bomb waiting to explode. The warring factions battle it out in a constant struggle for power, with casualties on both sides. The remnants of these skirmishes can be found at what's called a technicals graveyard, a resting place and rehabilitation center for vehicles captured in battle. This one is controlled by the Islamic courts. Even though the Islamic courts have invited us, I'm getting a feeling we're not welcome here.
This is what people are driving around the city in. It's an armored personnel carrier to drive around Mount Mogadishu. All of these were captured. And the biggest surprise of all, a Zu-37. That's a heavy anti-aircraft weapon there that they use in the city. Nobody has fighter planes. There are no aircraft they're shooting at. They're just shooting each other.
No question about it, this place is eerie.
Routine technical here. Capture these from the bad guys, killed over 100 of them. They're going to take them and put them back into battle against the warlords. Okay, what's the problem?
Some of them don't like it.
Some of them don't like us. There's a problem. Guy drew his weapon, a fair amount of anger there, clipped the magazine, they're ready to go. Just shows what Abdullahi says, and that is just the this kind of split-second change in the way things are.
We have to move, Gordon.
Abdullahi says we have to move. It's the most emphatic he's been. It's time to get out of here. This is a dangerous situation. It's also a pretty unstable one with some pretty angry people, and they've got guns, they're loaded and ready to fire.
See, you see, there's a problem. Someone, you see right there the problem argument.
Yep.
It's us, so we have to move out. Look what happened to us now. Our people were telling us it's safe to go there, but when we're there for 10 minutes, I don't know, it's too risky to stay there. That we have to go immediately and go to home until they know how the situation is developed. Now we are safe home. We stay indoors for the next 2 hours until we know the situation, how the situation is developed, where we can go, where we cannot go. These people has to report us back.
Okay.
That's why we are here now. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Abdullahi's house is as nice as you'll find in Mogadishu, with spacious rooms, ample parking for technicals, and mortar-proof walls. But after a few hours of lockdown, those walls start closing in. So, I try my hand at being a tourist.
All right, so you're going to take a picture of us here?
Yeah. Bob is making me go, which I have never been, by the way.
So it's a smart idea to give instructions to a guy who has a lot of guns?
Half of you opposite. I got it. Bob, look, the one I took now. Go back.
Oh, way too far away.
You see?
See all the space you got on the side there? That's all wasted there. Look, you see
But
this?
nobody's there. What do you want to do?
But you want to move up. But you're a cameraman, you see like this, you want to get the camera up in somebody's face, you know?
Close.
You got to get close. That's like
Okay, go there then.
that's like too far away. Okay.
Bob, be careful. This guy, has an army at his disposal. What are you, nuts?
No. Go there again.
All right. That's better.
As soon as our travel embargo lifts, I look for some answers to my questions about Somalia's plight. I pay a visit to my brothers in arms, the journalists at Horn Afrique, a radio and television station broadcasting out of Mogadishu. No matter who's in power, journalists in Somalia embrace risk as an everyday part of their job. I sit down with some of Horn Afrique's journalists to learn more about the work they're doing.
So Muhammad Ali, what's the most dangerous job in Mogadishu? Is it being a reporter? Is that the most dangerous job?
Yes, exactly. This station is missed many persons about the violence, long-running violence.
So many people from your station are missing or killed.
Yes, About the
Not missing,
about
being
the
killed.
four people were killed.
So 4 people have been killed from this. Well, that seems one station, 4 people have been killed here. So in terms of being a pretty dangerous place to work,
One of that is a female.
how old?
A reporter from this station, this room, he's co-producer.
So you literally, so when you go out and report
It
here,
was, it was sad. It was just about 5 minutes, she went to Afgoye. It's 30 minutes away from the capital.
been there, of course, sure.
Yeah, then she went there to report, roadblocks laid by taxi drivers who were just, complaining about, some monies taken by gunmen around that side. So it was just around 5 minutes before her death when she reported for the radio from Afgoye.
So gunmen just came up and shot a woman.
Yeah.
Wow. Sadly, this is a story too often told. And it's not just Somali reporters who are being murdered. Since 1991, over 10 foreign journalists have been killed in Somalia. They lost their lives in the name of something we often take for granted, freedom of speech.
The story that you say always is very risky in your life.
My new friend and fellow journalist Mohammed invites me out on the road for a day of reporting Mogadishu style. You get all kinds of criticism. You have warlords call you up. Do they threaten you?
Almost. It's just part of our life, because whenever that we play story on air, after minutes later, we receive phone calls from different warlords or gangs.
What's it like to get a phone call from a warlord?
Exactly. He says that, why do you really play this story? Who give you this authority and why? So we say that people need information. We have to give to the public.
So it's dangerous, but is it satisfying?
Very, because now everyone can talk. Everyone can say what she or he wants live on air.
There's a camp here for the internally displaced. These are the most marginalized people in all of Somalia. Very hard for them to be able to get their message out.
Yes.
And so you're here to basically find out how it is they've been marginalized, who's driven them off their land, who's tried to kill them.
Yeah, because they fled from their houses in Bai and Bakol regions.
It's a little-known fact that Somalia has the 5th largest population of refugees. But these people we're visiting are internally displaced, meaning that they fled from their homes in the country instead of leaving it as refugees. When deadly fighting breaks out between warring factions, many people abandon their homes rather than face the horrors of being caught in a raging battle.
So you're trying to find out who pushed them out. They were farmers, beautiful farmland, prosperity, they've been driven, and they're basically living in nothing more than these huts here with a little bit of tarp here, maybe some cloth, not much more. Really pretty awful in the rainy season.
With no electricity, running water, or proper sewage disposal, hundreds of thousands of internally displaced Somalis have been left homeless and forgotten.
One day we had a report on this IDB's life. So what happened was that as we broadcast, news or serious programs about the life of these people, many Somalis, they came here with the food, with everything.
So this is not only very dangerous work here, but very rewarding. You can come out here with some of these most destitute people on the face of the planet and make a big difference. Must make you feel pretty good.
Really, it is. But the other risk is that when we run stories about warlords or gangs or some, warring factions, is our life at risk.
The best reporters can do is to try to give these people a voice and hope the world will sit up and take notice. With my time in Somalia coming to a close, I can't help but have mixed feelings about leaving. On the one hand, I'm relieved to be going home in one piece, with a price on my head unclaimed. On the other hand, the Somali people have managed to survive against all odds in a land destroyed by war and nearly abandoned by the international community. And I hate to leave them. To the Somalis, danger does not come in the form of an adventure or an adrenaline rush. To them, danger is simply a way of life.
Well, it's time to leave Mogadishu. This is it.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
Abdullahi, are you going to miss us, or are you going to be glad to see the back of us?
No, absolutely not. I'm gonna miss you.